The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Oh, hell no!
Whatever.
The following program contains opinions expressed by the Dead Zone. If you find this broadcast offensive, lighten up, candy ass.
What?
Oh my gosh.
It's a radio show.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Power up request received. Initiating systems. Powering up transmitters. Welcome to the Dead Zone.
Wait a minute. Hear this.
July 11th, Dead Zone Paranormal Radio Show. We're back. Still a little issue with the audio, but we're going to get through this. Tonight we have Vincent M. Ward, most famous for his role as Oscar in The Walking Dead. He's done way more than that, and I also heard that he did a stint as a model, and we're going to ask him about that, and he can fill us in on what happened there, what was going on with that. Plus, we have a brand new house band, a tribute band, a Kiss tribute band, Reggae Kiss. It's going to be so cool. And we also have Michelle with the paranormal news. But first, let's go ahead and give you a taste of Reggae Kiss. This one's a cover from the Ace Frehley solo album, New York Groove.
Now, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
My time away to the left and to the right.
I don't know if you are a Kiss fan or a Bob Marley fan, but I am sure the band Kiss and Bob Marley would be proud. Here's one more. This one's from way back when, Black Diamond.
Oh, yeah. Walking all alone in the night. Look, out on the streets for a living. Pictures only be gold. The days are wrong and madness. I got you on the dance floor. Black diamond. That's right.
ervaring.
Are you in a band or know of a band that is currently unsigned and looking for airplay for free? We want to hear from you. One of the main goals of the show is to help promote up-and-coming bands and artists as well as our paranormal community. Getting your name out there can be tough, especially these days. Shoot us an email, deadzonebooking@gmail.com. If your music fits our genre, hard rock, 80s, 90s metal, and new metal, we want to help.
Hey, it's Michelle again, doing paranormal news and events on the Dead Zone. This week's episode is brought to you again by me, Michelle Poi, Associate Broker at Seasons of Indiana Real Estate. Contact me for all your real estate needs through my Dead Zone email, michelle.deadzone@gmail.com. That's Michelle with 2 L's, MICHELLE .deadzone@gmail.com. This episode is also brought to you by K.D. Wakefield, the author of a new suspense thriller called Murderous Masquerade. This is available in paperback or Kindle, so order your copy today on Amazon.
Paranormal news.
I hope everyone is doing well. Coast to Coast AM had a guest on by the name of Uri Geller, and here is a rundown of the interview. Uri Geller is famous around the globe for his mind-bending psychic powers and has led a unique life shrouded in debate, controversy, and mystery. In the first half, he joined George Norrie on our live 4th of July show to recount his experiences during the 1970s when he was involved with experiments with the CIA, NSA, and NASA, and worked with such people as Edgar Mitchell and Werner von Braun. He recalled that during a meeting with German rocket scientist von Braun, who then was at NASA, he was shown a piece of metal said to be from a crashed UFO. Then, he continued, the two were taken to an unmarked NASA building and put on warm coats before going to a refrigerated area, whereupon what he saw made his jaw drop. Because he signed certain documents, Geller said he couldn't reveal further what shocked him, but indicated he was coming forward at this time because of the unprecedented level of disclosure with the military UAP reports. When he was being tested by M15, the British intelligence agency, a poltergeist incident occurred. Geller said, and subsequently, the CIA, I think that was MI5 instead of M15. Anyway, I apologize. The CIA became very interested in him and the possibility of weaponizing psychic ability. Geller also recounted the times he went dowsing with Israeli military leader Moshe Dayan, who had asked him to locate buried treasure on coastal beaches. Rather than using a twig or rod, Geller said he just used his mind and that he did uncover several artifacts that amazed Dayan. Very few people know this, he added, but the American Army asked me to douse for hidden tunnels that North Korea dug into South Korea. Because the mission was secret, he couldn't reveal what he found other than to say it was successful. Okay, so they have a link here to his website, urigeller.com, URIGELLER.com. There's a lot of information about Uri, obviously, on his website. They have included a biography, which I'll give you just a little bit of the information here. It says that Uri Geller was born in Israel on December 20th of 1946. His parents were of Hungarian and Austrian descent, and he is distantly related on his mother's side to Sigmund Freud. At the age of 4, he had a mysterious encounter with a sphere of light while in a garden near his house. A retired Israeli Air Force officer who was an eyewitness to this encounter, validated this mystifying event decades later. He first became aware of his unusual powers when he was 5. One day during a meal, his spoon curled up in his hand and broke, although he had applied no physical pressure to it. His parents were somewhat shocked, and Uri did not mention the incident to anyone else at that time. He developed these powers in school by demonstrating them to pupils. His mother thought he inherited them from Sigmund Freud. When he was 11, he went to live in Cyprus, where he remained until he was 17. He then returned to Israel, served as a paratrooper in the Israeli army, and fought in the Six-Day War of 1967, during which he was wounded in action. From 1968 to 69, he worked as a model, being photographed for many different ad campaigns. In 1969, he began to demonstrate his powers of telepathy and psychokinesis to small audiences. By the end of 1971, he was a household name throughout Israel, thanks to his numerous stage appearances. He was given a huge boost by then Prime Minister Golda Meir when asked on a national radio program what she predicted for the future of Israel. She replied, "Don't ask me, ask Uri Geller." Uri has been studied by the world's leading scientists, including a few who worked with Albert Einstein. The world's most prestigious scientific magazine, Nature, published a paper on Uri's work at the Stanford Research Institute in the USA, a unique endorsement and an irrefutable proof that his skills are genuine. His work with the FBI and the CIA have ranged from using mind power to erase KGB computer files and track serial killers, to attending nuclear disarmament negotiations to bombard and influence the Russian chief negotiator with positive thought waves so that the Soviet delegation would sign the Nuclear Arms Reduction Treaty. Now, his biography goes on quite a bit more. Obviously, he's a very accomplished person. He's had a lot of experiences, led a very interesting life for sure. So now my question to you, though, is have you ever been able to do something through the power of your mind? Have you ever been able to bend metal, say bend a spoon? Have you ever been able to make anything move, say spin around or move from one place to another? If you have ever experienced anything like this, or you have seen someone do anything like this, contact me at michelle.deadzone@gmail.com. We are wanting to set up many interviews with people that have experiences in all different aspects of the paranormal world. So again, if you have had or know of anyone, you've seen it yourself, experiences like this, please contact me at michelle.deadzone@gmail.com. That's michelle.deadzone@gmail.com. And maybe we'll interview you and play you on our podcast. Well, thanks for listening. You guys have a great week.
Hello, this is Christopher St. Booth, and you're listening to The Dead Zone.
The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. They crawl all over your dirty snout, your chest. My name is David Walton. I am a vocal performer for What Are You Afraid Of? Horror and Paranormal show. And I have carried the burden of a terrible secret. I am actually what is offensively called a ghost. For years now I have concealed my ectoplasmic existence from my friends and family, in fear of a common prejudice against ghosts, or what we like to call the disembodied. I have existed frightened of being discovered, unable to do physical acts that the embodied take for granted, such as walking a squirrel, or drinking a glass of vitamin E milk fresh squeezed from a whale. I grew depressed and even considered acts of self-harm or reincarnation, which is suicide for the disembodied. Such movies as Ghostbusters and its sequels drove my feelings of disenfranchisement, and I began looking for help, only to encounter painful exorcisms in the houses I haunted. Then I met two good people, it says here, Fox and Phil, at What Are You Afraid Of? Horror and Paranormal. And they helped me take control of my own life. Now, it is my choice whether I wish to make phantom bounds in the night, appear at the foot of your bed in darkness, or make your walls bleed. If you are a disembodied person like I am, and you're living a lie, What Are You Afraid Of? Can help you too. They are on at 9 p.m. on Friday nights at Para X Radio, leaving plenty of time for midnight haunting activities, and can be found on all major podcast services. Listen to their paranormal stories, interviews, humorous sketches and horror fiction to know that you are not alone. And if you are a member of the embodied, don't forget, you are only a single heart attack or tumour away from becoming one of us. This is David Walton. See you on the other side, or as I call it, this side. And that is the end of a perfect day.
Your source for everything paranormal, Para X.
All right, before we get to Vincent, don't forget, like I keep telling you guys, come by and say hello in Fort Wayne at DeadCon, Hannah House in Indianapolis, or Mid-America Paracon, which is actually a rebirth of Mid-South in Kentucky. It's going to be so cool. But back to our roots. I love Reggae Kiss, but, you know, we've got to play it for our metalheads, right? Poltergeist by Void Vader.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron or a member of the PTL Club, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Sammy Terry, and you're listening to the Dead Zone.
Your source for everything paranormal, Para X.
If all radio stations in town were palm trees, we'd be the one with the biggest coconuts.
Now,
here are the one, the only
Dead Zone.
All right, it's time to get Vince M. Ward on the phone. Vincent M. Ward on the phone. Give me just one moment. Here we go. And we're ringing.
Yeah, Lee.
Hello, how's it going, brother? Uh-oh.
Man, it's going. Just finished doing some yard work. How's things with you?
Doing good. We're kind of can't go outside because we're going to get some rain here, but yeah, I appreciate you coming on the show here. I know we're having a hard time with the audio, but how's it going with Vincent Ward, man? Best known for Oscar, right?
Yeah. Best known for that, but been doing a whole bunch of other stuff.
Oh,
so.
yeah. You've done quite a few things, including, what is it? Starter Wife? NCIS? Yeah. All kinds of things.
My first big gig was Traffic with Michael Douglas.
Right.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Right.
Then I went from there. I went to Ocean's 11, to Bringing Down the House.
Oh yeah.
To a few other things, man. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Plus, also, you're an author, right? I mean,
man. I just put out my first book. Matter of fact, it's right here next to my plate.
Right.
Called The Stepdaddy. You can get it on the website, VincentMWard.com.
Right.
So the way this came about actually is I had wrote a script for it, and I'll be the first one to tell people I'm not a writer.
Right.
I'm a guy who has ideals, but people seem to like what I write.
Right.
So when I wrote the script for The Stepdaddy, it was actually I had found somebody to shoot the movie, but my script would have cost too much to shoot,
to produce. Yeah.
So we end up getting somebody to rewrite it.
Right.
But I had so much stuff that I had written, I wasn't just going to let it go to waste. So I ended up putting it in book form. So look out for the Stepdaddy. The book is out right now, and The Stepdaddy, the movie, should be out soon.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Plus, I know you have a brand new one coming out. You're going to film, what'd you say, next week, the last time we talked? Devil Row?
Well, at the end of the month, I'll be going to Atlanta to film a movie called Witness, where I play this kind of bad detective like Denzel in Training Day.
Right.
And then next month, I begin filming another another movie that I created called Devil Row.
Right.
Which is like, it's like the New Age Candyman.
Oh,
and cool. With that being said, Tony Todd is actually in the movie.
Oh, right, cool. That's awesome, man. I saw the poster for it you'd sent me. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. Very excited. It's been a long time in the making, and it comes to a point where you have to start creating your own destiny.
Right.
Especially when you just get tired of getting killed off on stuff. So
right.
When it's yours, you don't have to worry about being killed off.
Right. You don't have to worry about getting written out of it or anything. Yeah, no kidding. One thing I wanted, I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000 times before, but how was it filming The Walking Dead? I mean, give us a little insight on that if you can.
Well, you know what, Lee, man, honestly, I look at it like it was just another job, to be honest with you.
Right.
It was hot. We didn't have time to really play around or fool around. Yeah. That might have happened maybe a couple of times, but when you're in the deep middle of the summer in hot Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh man, yeah.
You just want to get in and get out.
Right. Oh, I can believe that. I'm originally.
But I mean,
I can understand that. I'm originally from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and it gets warm for sure. Yeah.
Oh, so you know about the humidity.
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah.
But I mean, even like the days that we filmed inside, like inside the prison, even though the air conditioning was on, they made it look spooky. So it was like this black stuff that they would, shoot around in there to make it look scary.
Right.
And sometimes you'd choke on it a little bit. Yeah. So, you're either going to be in the air and choke or be outside and burn the hell up.
Right. I believe that, man. I believe that. So you're doing well. I mean, the pandemic's pretty much petering out now, and you've been working regardless, right? But now the conventions and everything are picking up. How do you feel about that? Good, I'm sure.
I'll be glad when I get some calls for the conventions.
Right.
but you know what, brother? Even though it's starting to die down, it's still, people are still dying from it. For me, you know, I'm not gonna get into the whole political thing, but for me, I'm still gonna continue to wear my mask.
Right.
Because I mean, with this new stuff coming, you just never know, man. Even though I'm vaccinated and all that stuff,
right.
I'd rather be safe than sorry, because you know, I just actually went home to see my parents and my family for the first time in like a year and a half.
Right.
Because I wanted to make sure everybody was vaccinated, and I wanted to feel comfortable. I wanted to hug my family and play with them and talk to them, and not feel like I brought something to them, or vice versa. You know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's
so
good.
I mean, you know, even. And I filmed, probably like 2 months ago, I filmed a new series called Vicious that'll be out this September on Urban Flicks. And every day we had to get tested. Every day.
You were in this series as well. Is that what you're saying? The Vicious.
No, it was a series called Vicious that I just filmed.
Okay.
And it's a new series that's coming out in September on Urban Flicks.
Okay.
And every day, you know, since we talk about the pandemic, every day we had to be tested before we worked.
Every day. Wow.
Every day. And then they have, I guess, I forgot what it's called, like pandemic relief or something.
Yeah.
Where it's people that goes around all day and just clean rails, clean the bathrooms, clean the handles, clean everything.
Right.
So...
Yeah, it's got to be done, though, right? I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I would rather look out for myself as well as others, rather than get sick. Yeah, or get someone else sick. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right there with you, dude.
As a matter of fact, I know a guy this recently that I knew. He died.
Okay.
I know a couple people who've died.
Okay.
So it's just like, dang.
That's
when it hit home.
It hit
you know
home
what I mean?
for real. Yeah. Absolutely, I do. I understand. Wow, that's horrible.
So, but I mean, I actually have a few other things coming out too. I have another horror coming out called Social Disturbance.
Okay.
Where I end up meeting up with a young lady that I went to school with that had a huge crush on me ever since we was out of school.
Right.
And she kind of set me up, man.
Set you up, okay.
She drugged me, she marries me, she sets me up. It's crazy.
Okay.
It's called Social Disturbance.
And that's coming out when?
Yeah. And another thing, hopefully, I don't know if you can see this, that Dawn of Five Evils.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll be working on that, getting that thing kicked off. It's like a spin-off to Death House.
Okay. Wow. What were the
what
were the two that you had posted last night? I saw a post from you on Facebook. There were two different ones, two different movies.
That was it was John Wynn's Mirror.
Yes. Yeah,
and John Wynn's Playhouse.
Right.
Yeah, John Wynn. He's definitely doing a lot of big things, man. He has a lot of big things that's coming up.
Right.
And I can say he's the type of person that remembered me when he was doing smaller stuff.
Right.
And he remembered that, I was there for him.
Right. That's the way it works, man.
So
that's the way it should work, yeah.
At least that's how it should work.
Right, it should work.
Because I mean, man, honestly, I've ran into situations where I'm down there work for free or really cheap. Right, on somebody's movie or show,
right.
And now that they're quote unquote big time, they don't remember that crap. When I've damn near worked for free and spent my money and my clothes to make their thing look good,
right.
Now that they're in a position to, pay it back or pay it forward, however you want to say it, people don't do it.
No,
it's kind of sad.
No, you're right. And on a smaller note, on a smaller scale than what you're speaking of, but similar to what you're talking about, even going to the meet and greets and the conventions, you do what you do it for free, or you do it for very cheap, but yet they want to charge you ungodly amounts just to be there. You know what I mean? Rather than inviting you and paying you. Yeah. Have you heard of DeadCon?
And who?
DeadCon in Fort Wayne? Gonna have Kane Hodder there and a lot of other guys. DeadCon.
I couldn't hear you because your phone kind of faded.
Okay, at DeadCon in Fort Wayne this October, Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's gonna have
Oh yeah, but I mean, I haven't heard anything back from them.
Right.
But
yeah. Well, we're gonna be there. Maybe. I'll talk to the guy and say, hey, I know someone that's interested that you really should get in touch with, right? I'll do that.
No, I was scheduled to come, but I don't know what happened.
You were scheduled,
and then it's a lot of. Huh?
You were scheduled to come then. I know they had a mishap from last year because it was going to happen last year. It didn't because of the pandemic, obviously, and they changed it.
Right.
So yeah, I know the people. So I'll say, hey, what's up with that? What happened?
Right. It's all good.
Yeah.
And speaking of conventions, I actually I'm pitching a show right now called Conventioning, and it's all about. Honestly, it's 13,000 different conventions in the world.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not just talking about the horror and Comic Cons and all of that. I'm talking about from your clothes to your hair to your makeup.
Oh yeah,
whatever you see or wear, it's a convention for it. So that's why I call it conventioning.
Right. So it's going to be like a behind the scenes or what actually goes on. People don't see. Right.
And not only that, man, it's about the quote unquote regular people. The celebrities already get enough attention.
Right.
Let's give some love to the people that's running the show. That's helping it build from the bottom to the top. The people that's behind the scenes.
Right. Even down to the runners that come to your table and bring you water and what have you, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. That volunteers, everybody. For my show, I want everybody to feel important.
Right.
I don't want it just to be about celebrities because we started filming some of it right before the pandemic, and I can tell you one of the expos that touched my heart. It was called the Disability Expo.
Right.
And it was all about people who have disabilities.
Right.
And it showed how they can get their cars fixed for them as far as like if you lost a limb or something or a hand or a foot, it shows how they have toilets or showers that's fit for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like some of the stuff that we might take for granted is some of the things at that expo that showed them how to feel that they're still, a regular person.
Right. Which is very important. I mean, we've got a very good friend of ours in the horror community. A good friend of ours is disabled. He's missing the bottom part of his leg. I won't name him, but I mean, people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a buddy of mine. When I was telling you, I was just in Ohio. A guy that I grew up with. He just had both of his legs cut off Wednesday, and I went to see him. Yeah, I went to see him like 3 times while I was at home, and I ended up, coming back before that happened to him.
Right.
And I think the thing that scares me the most about him is his mental. You know what I mean? That you have to be mentally strong to be 48, 50 years old, and then all of a sudden you get both of your legs cut off.
Wow. No, was this a result of an accident, or was it like diabetes related or something?
Diabetes, man.
Yeah,
diabetes. I know a few guys who have gotten their feet or toes or something cut off because of that diabetes.
Yeah, my dad did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is hard. And
I know. The older we get.
Yeah. Yeah, the older we get, the easier.
The older we get, the more.
The more likely. Yeah, the more likely.
Yeah, like right before I went to Ohio, I hurt my back somehow, and I don't even know how the hell I hurt it. And while I was there,
I can relate. Yeah. Yeah.
I just woke up and it was hurting.
Oh, dude.
But it was hurting so bad I had to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
While I was in Ohio, and now I got to go get an MRI on Monday.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, good luck with that. I'm not, praying for good things. Hopefully it won't be anything too bad.
But Lee, what's crazy, I can run, jump, skip, play basketball, do yard work, and my back won't hurt. But as soon as I sit down on something hard, it's killing me.
Wow, that is
which is weird.
Yeah, that is strange. I wonder if it might be maybe I'm going to say, well, like a herniated disc problem starting or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's like I was telling you earlier, I was doing yard work.
Right.
I mean, even when I was at home in Ohio, I was cutting down trees, cutting grass, and I did all of that since I've been back in LA, and my back doesn't hurt. But as soon as I sit down on a hard chair, I'm in some serious pain until I stand up again.
Wow, that is strange.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is weird. But I'm with you though. The older we get, I mean, just the past like 2-3 months, I've got gout in my left foot. I had a shattered my elbow. I shattered my elbow when I was a kid, and now all of a sudden, at times I can't bend it anymore. You know, just getting old, dude.
Yeah, Lee. I don't wish gout on my worst enemy.
Oh, man.
I have a slight case of gout. If I get shrimp or something else, man, it hits my toe, and people don't understand the pain of gout.
Yeah, it is awful. I mean, yeah, and I the bad thing I did, I did a lot of reading up on it, and if you take like Tylenol, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
And I was just eating Tylenol.
Yeah.
Hand over fist, right? And it just getting worse.
Nah, man. What works for me? What works for me is Aleve.
Yep.
And
ibuprofen.
The cherry juice.
Oh yeah, cherry. Yeah, yep. I have been taking those cherry pills or whatever they are. I can't remember what they're, but they seem to help a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, get some of that cherry juice though, brother. That uric acid, it'll go away a little quicker.
Right. Well, good luck with the MRI. I hope everything works out. I know you said you had a dental appointment too, so man, you're getting checked out there. So.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, got to do it. Got to make sure everything is right.
Everything's working. All right. Let me ask you one more thing now. I don't know. Are you releasing Little Walter?
Yeah, I actually have some people working on that right now as we speak. Little Walter is basically
Magic.
That's basically the movie Magic. Yeah,
with Anthony Hopkins.
Magic, or I mean, I don't want to say Chucky, but he's a doll,
right?
And people seem to be scared of dolls,
right? It's
for
like
some reason.
It's like a nod to Magic, right?
Right. Exactly.
So
exactly.
That'll be out
in the group. I don't know if you heard of the group called Tony. Have you ever heard of a group called Tony?
Yes. Yeah, that's way back in the day, man.
They had a song back in the day.
Yeah.
They had a song back in the day called Little Walter.
Yeah.
And that song used to creep me out, man.
Yeah. Little Walter, and that'll be out. You're looking to. That'll be out.
Hey, and in the song, it says, "Hey, little Walter, somebody's gonna get you, little Walter." So I'm like,
That's interesting, right? Yeah, dude. Well, I can't wait until that comes out, and I hope that artwork worked for you.
Yeah, it did, man. I appreciate. You're very talented with that pen or pencil or whatever you use, or computer.
Right. Thanks.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna work on the banner for you too. I'll do that when I get into the shop on Monday.
Okay.
And I had one more thing. I know you have to go. And one more question. I did.
No, we're good. What's going on?
I did see an interview with you, and the subject was brought up that you used to model. All right, and there was a mention of the Trojan Man. What was up with that?
Well, yes, I did used to do like fashion shows, like on the runway.
Right.
I used to do fashion shows. I've always been an entertainer, man.
Right.
Always been an entertainer, and you know, I like to take pictures of whatnot.
Right.
But as far as the Trojan man, once again, it was like one of those ideals that popped in my head.
Right.
I wanted people. I think this is the time where AIDS started getting like out of control.
Right.
And then, you know, I wanted people to start really and truly wearing condoms. And then it's just like, how can I get people's attention? And then I thought about Trojan man, being the Trojan man,
right.
making it cool,
right.
making it cool and making it suave,
right.
to protect yourself.
Right. Plus, that's a cool gig anyway,
So
right?
that's how that came about.
Yeah, but that'd be a cool gig anyway, though, right?
I'll tell you, I come up with all types of stuff, man. My mind just be wandering.
Well, anytime you come up with any ideas that you want some input on, or you need something worked up for, you let me know anytime.
Oh yeah, we stuck now. You stuck with me. I don't want to deal with nobody else but you.
All right, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I will go ahead and let you go, brother. I know you need to get cleaned up and go to your dentist appointment. Vincent M. Ward.
All
right. The stepdaddy.
Appreciate you, Nate. Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, you too.
The stepdaddy available on
Peace.
VincentMWard.com. There you go. All right, man. I thought you'd hung up. I'm sorry. Well, that was interesting, to say the least. Our apologies to Mr. Ward and to you guys for our ongoing problem with the audio. We're going to close out tonight with one more tune. This one's from Overt Enemy. At dawn they sleep. Check it out.
Ghost Hunters, and you're listening to The Dead Zone.
Dead Zone, WDZRDB, worldwide.
Explore the darkness.
Find out what goes bump in the night. Did you hear that?
Did you see that? What's that bright light in the sky? Oh, we so need to investigate.
Calling all witches and sensitives.
Explore the paranormal.
With host
Shauna
and Vicky
from Geeks Paranormal.
Wednesdays
at 9 Eastern,
8 Central.
Let's explore. On paraxradio.com.
Are you in a band or know of a band that is currently unsigned and looking for airplay for free? We want to hear from you. One of the main goals of the show is to help promote up-and-coming bands and artists as well as our paranormal community. Getting your name out there can be tough, especially these days. Shoot us an email, deadzonebooking@gmail.com. If your music fits our genre, hard rock, 80s, 90s metal, and new metal, we want to help.
If you've enjoyed this episode, share it with your friends.
This is the Dead Zone Paranormal Radio Show.
Thanks for listening.